Dear ladies and gentlemen, all the fans of the aviation sports, we are glad to welcome you on the main Russian helicopter event, Karlsson Cup 2014. My name is Sergei Komarov, and I'm happy to be a commentator of this event in English. My colleague Mikhail Bibishev will be a commentator in Russian on the next channel. And you're watching this tournament online over the internet at www.helisport.org. All crews are ready to start the competition. Everything seems to be ready as well. And the floor is given to the president of the Federation of the Helicopter Sports of Russia and chief judge of this competition, Irina Grushina.
So Irina welcomes every participant and congratulates with the participation in this championship and the first online helicopter event ever made up. So we're sorry we can't hear her directly, but you see this is the first experience of such translation, so I hope soon we'll get the sound and we'll interpret it here directly. So, okay.
And while the first crew is preparing for the start, let me introduce you judge team. Today, chief judge Irina Grushina, international category, senior judge Mikhail Balandin, international category, judge 1 Pavel Mtiulishvili, national category, judge 2 Lilia Zolotaryova, international category, Judge 3, Alexey Ulanov, second category. Judge 4, Alina Plakushya, second category. Judge 5, Alexander Bessonov. Judge 6, Alexander Sotnikov. Judge 7, Alexander Yudakhin. And Judge 8, Mikhail Zubanov, second category. Today we will start with precision events. And precision event is low-level flying on a constant height with maneuvers on a ground market course. The evolutions include 2 360 degrees and 2 90 degrees turn around the yaw axis in both directions, flying forward, backwards, sidewards, left and right. So, we have some penalties for this competition. For time violation, each tenth of seconds, about 135 seconds of flights, 0.1 points. And you see the judge rise the flag, ready, steady, go, and first we started the competition. We started our event, and I'll tell you about the penalties. Continue. Violation of the corridor limits per tenth of a second, 0.1 point. Height violation per tenth of a second, 0.1 points. Duration of the hovering 360 degrees turn shorter than 15 seconds, 5 points. And for a meeting of any of the maneuvers, 5 points. For each occurrence of a change of heading exceeding 30 degrees, also 5 points. Double or a slight landing, 5 points, and landing scale 2 skis distance added together per each centimeter, 1 point. Maximum score for this event is 300 points minus penalty points. So we have all of 8 judges on the stage, checking the position of helicopter, position of loads, and you see lots of journalists around the sport place. And Andrei Orekhov is a member of the Russian national helicopter sport team, as I told you before. He started helicopter sport in 2009. He is a master of sports of Russia. Before he had a crew with Viktor Kalinin before 2013, Konstantin Podaynits until September 2014, and Vadim Sazonov now from September 2014. He's got flying hour, about 1,000 flying hours, and on Robinson 44, Robinson 66, and Bell 407. Main sports achievements of Andrei is first place in junior classification Open Swiss Championship 2010. Third place in overall European Cup in France 2011, World Silver Medalist in navigation, fourth place in World Overall 2012, Silver medal in navigation Air Games United Kingdom 2013, bronze in individual and silver in team classification Cup of Russia 2013, bronze winner in Russian overall, first place in navigation, third place in slalom 2013. And you see now that the judge is checking the position of the yellow lines on the skid of the helicopters. which can bring us a few penalties for the participants. And as I told you before, each centimeter gives 1 point of the penalty. A few words about Vadim Sazonov. He is 52 years old, master of sports of Russia, started helicopter sports in 1984. With the from 2007 till 2013, he works with Yuri Yablokov, and you can see on the screen now the judge raising the first flag in this tournament. Ready, steady, go! And Andrei Orekhov and Vadim Sazonov started their turn. So I'm back to Vadim Sazonov, and his flying hours about 5,000 flying hours in the helicopters on Mil-2, Robinson 44, Robinson 66. Main sports achievements of Vadim Sazonov is champion of Moscow and Volga Federal District in navigation 2010, champion of Moscow in slalom 2011, champion of Russian team classification 2011-2012, silver winner 2013, Grand Prix champion in first Moscow heli races 2013. Vadim is professional pilot and pilot instructor in first helicopter club Air Soyuz.
So Andrei Orekhov says we don't like to be first because we make lots of mistakes because of the nerves, and the result on the landing, it's he says it's an awful result. We had a big break between seasons, and so that's the reason of our not very good flight. But we, as Vadim Sazonov says, that we hope that
То есть они заранее, получается, равняются.
Наталья, вы наблюдали за полетом, какие у вас? To be the first is that other crews, they compare their flights with the first crew, and it's easier to make something faster or to be better. Because when you are first, you are struggling with yourself. You're fighting your own time and your own result. So Andrei says that he was very nervous and made some mistakes that he won't make during the training ever.
А как вы считаете, кто может быть таким вот основные соперники? Ну что ж, у нас готов к вылету, к старту второй экипаж. Перемещаемся туда.
Okay, bye.
Thank you very much, Lena. Thank you very much, Natalia. We will back to the Heli studio soon. But now the next. Before they go, I tell you a few words about the competitors. Yuri Yablokov, pilot, member of the Russian national helicopter sport team, and now he works with the Konstantin Podaynisyn from 2014. He's got 750 flying hours on Robinson 44. Champion of Moscow and Volga Federal District in navigation 2010, second place in overall European Cup France 2011, champion of Moscow and champion of Russia in team classification 2011-2012, silver winner 2013, Grand Prix champion in first Moscow heli races 2013. Yuri Yablokov is not a professional pilot. He's founder and head of corporation Nortex, one of the leaders of Russian textile market and the fastest growing company in the industry. His co-pilot Konstantin Podaynisyn is quite young. Actually, he's the youngest participant in this competition. First sport category. He started helicopter sports just this year, 2014, and with Andrei Orekhov and Yuri Yablokov from September 2014. He's got just 40 hours, flying 40 hours as a crew member on a Robinson 44. You can see on the screen now the precision events. As I told you before, precision event is a low-level flying on a constant height with maneuvers on a ground market course. The evolution include 2 360 degrees and 2 90 degrees turn, and around the yaw axis in both directions, flying forward, backwards, sidewards, left and right, keeping helicopter center line. And now you see how the pilot trying to get the yellow lines on the skids on the line on the ground. So judges checking the position of the yellow lines. Few words about Konstantin Podolnytsin. Konstantin makes his first steps in helicopter sports. He participated in several competitions in Russia and abroad in 2014. He's got 4th places in Fender rigging slalom and overall Open German Championship 2014. The maximum points for this event is 300 points, and you see the one of the chain is following the ground. So this is the target of this event. So first chain should always follow the ground. That's how the pilot checking his altitude, and the second chain is should be always on the air. You see how hard Yuri Yablokov is piloting the Robinson 44. Yuri Yablokov, as I told you before, he is 52 years old and master of sports of Russia. You can see it on a screen. He's piloting the helicopter and looking to the right side and sliding right, actually, right now. So, Yuri Yablokov now coming to the Heli studio, and we're giving the microphone to the Heli studio.
What can you say about your speed and the speed of the total speed of the competition? Are you satisfied with your result? Actually, we're a bit satisfied, but we could be better. But we've trained not so much. So it was one of the first, not first, but one of the 10 first flights made in this crew. So I hope during the competition will show something better. First flight, as we say in Russia, is like a first pancake. It's not very good.
А вы в команде как давно работаете своей?
Второй день.
Второй день?
Да. Вчера мы первый раз летали.
Okay, so what is the day of your training? So this the second day they train, and yeah, Yuri says that it was pretty tough, but he's rather experienced pilot. We can say this. Can say about Konstantin, as he's much more younger, but he's trying to do his best.
Сейчас мы узнаем.
Главное, что вы сами очень довольны.
Нам кажется, что по высоте, в принципе,
yeah, we think that the height was not very good, not very stable, but we hope we'll see the results and we'll avoid such mistakes next time.
Ну что ж, у нас готов следующий, уже третий экипаж.
Посмотрим, как они пролетят. The next flight.
Увидимся.
Thank you very much. We will be back soon to the Heli studio. But now the women's crew number 3, Evgenia Kurpitka and Evgenia Zamula, is about to start. A few words about the crew. The most wonderful crew on this competition. Evgenia Kurpitka, pilot, member of the Russian national helicopter sport team. She's 34 years old, and Evgenia Zamula is 33. Boss master of sports of Russia, and Evgenia started her helicopter sport in 2008 and Evgenia in 2009. Evgenia Kurpitka worked with Vasily Golovkin till 2009, Vladimir Strionok 2010-2013, and now she works with the Evgenia Zamula from this year. Evgenia has 350 flying hours on Robinson 44, but nevertheless she's overall champion of European Cup in France 2011, world bronze medalist in navigation and precision 2012, champion of Open Helicopter Games in Italy 2013. Second place in overall Belgium Open Helicopter Championship 2013. Second place in overall Polish Open Helicopter Championship 2013. And third place in ladies classification in Russian Open Championship 2014. Evgenia Kurpitka is a prize winner of the Pilot of the Year award established by Association of Helicopter Industry in nomination Helicopter Sport Pilot 2012. She is a member of Russian Ladies Helicopter Squadron Kalibri. And a few words about Evgenia Zamula as well. She actually started helicopter sport in 2009 with Margarita Afanaskina from 2009 till 2013. And now she works with Evgenia Kurpitka from 2014. Flying hours 120 as a crew member on Mil 2 and Robinson 44. So, Evgenia Zamula is she's got a few sports achievements, very important. Third place in Slalom Open Moscow Championship 2010. Overall champion of Russia in ladies classification 2010, bronze winner in World Ladies classification 2012, and third place in the first Moscow Heli Races 2013. And now you can see on the screen, Kurpitka Evgenia Zamula Evgenia is touching down the skates of the helicopter on the line on the ground. So judges checking the position, and I told you before, this event have some penalties: time violation, violation of the corridor limits, high violation, duration of the hovering 360 degrees turn shorter than 15 seconds, for omitting of any maneuvers, 5 points. For each occurrence of a change of heading exceeding 30 degrees, 5 points as well, and double or sliding landing 5 points. Landing scale, 2 skid distances added together per each centimeter gives 1 point. You can see now the table, tournament table. Yuri Yablokov is Podanytsin Konstantin is a leader of the table, and Daryakov Andrei Sazonov next. Kurpitka and Evgenia Evgenia Zamula on the third place. The target of this event is to maintain the chain, the heights or altitudes of flying, which allows you to maintain one chain on the ground, and the second chain is above the ground all the time. So, so pilots should maintain a constant height with maneuvers on the ground, marked course. The evolutions includes 2 360 degrees and 2 90 degrees turn around the yaw axis in the both directions. You see now the repetition of the moment when chain is completely almost touching the ground. So it's obviously going to give some penalty points for the crew. Evgenia Kurpitka is 34 years old, and Evgenia is 33. They worked in the team now since this year. And we're going back to the Heli studio for the short interview.
Okay, we're back. So, generally, what can you say about the previous crew? So we haven't seen our flights, but we're really, I would say, shy that we're online, so we can't speak directly as we used to. So you are nervous, and you would like to say that you can't struggle with nerves, or it makes you more concentrate. So the result is better than the crewmate before, than Andrei and Yuri. So we're going to the next crew. So good luck to you.
Thank you very much, Lena. Thank you very much, Natalie. We will be back to the Heli studio in a few minutes for the next short interview. But now let me introduce the crew number 4, Yelena Zhuperin and Nikolai Rodionov. They are ready to start, waiting for the starting flag. Yelena Zhuperina, member of the Russian national helicopter sport team. She is 47 years old, master of sports of Russia. She started helicopter sport in 2005 with Georgy Arbuzov till 2011 and Nikolai Rodionov from 2012. They worked in a team from 2012. Yelena she's got 1,600, about 1,800 flying hours. You see the judge rising the flag starts, and Yelena started the competition. Yelena flies on the Robinson 44 and the Robinson 66, and from 2005 she is a world bronze medal. She's got world bronze medal in precision 2008. Pilot of the best mixed female-male crew in world individual classification at 2008-2012. Silver medalist in Third World Air Games in Italy 2009, the only lady being a prize winner in a WAG. Overall champion in Russian Cup in individual and team classification 2013. Champion in fender rigging and silver medalist in slalom Belgium Open helicopter championship in 2013, and overall champion in Polish Open Helicopter Cup 2014 with record result 3.5 penalty points in 4 events. Multi-time champion and prize winner in helicopter sports events of all levels in Russia and abroad. She's got a federal FAI Air Sport Medal 2010. And then Yelena is one of the best ladies in the world flying sporting program on helicopters, and the only lady in the world performing a freestyle event on the Robinson 44. I saw it, and it's fantastic. It looks fantastic. Nikolai Rodionov, co-pilot, member of the Russian national helicopter sport team. He's 57 years old, honored master of sports of Russia, a very famous man in the helicopter world. He started helicopter sport in 1983 with Georgy Polakushin till 2010 and Alexei Afanasyev from 2010 till 2011, and now he works with Yelena Zhuperina from 2012. He's got 8,000 flying hours on the helicopters, different models, actually Mil-2 and Robinson 44. Of course, he's got lots of sports achievements. 5 times world champion in team classification, world champion in Visit 92 and Slalom 94-96, silver medalist in Visit 94 and Precision 2005. Second place in overall in Swiss Open Helicopter Championship 2010, overall championship in Russian Cup and in individual and team classification 2013. And you can see now the table on the screen. So Zhuperina Yelena and Rodionov Nikolai on the first place, and Yabloko Fury is second, Orechov Andrei Sazonov Vadim third, and women's crew is number 4 for this event. And while the pilots, while the crew coming to the heli studio, you see some repetition. And as I told you before, a precision event is a low-level flying on a constant height with maneuvers on a ground market course. The evolution includes 2 360 degrees and 2 90 degrees turns around the yaw axis in both directions, flying forward, backwards, sidewards, left and right, keeping the helicopter centerline within the limits of 1 meter wide corridor. The height is controlled by 2 ropes, you can see it on the screen now. With the loads attached to the fuselage under the pilot seat 2 meters and to the skid 3 meters. The course is flown, keeping the bottom weights on the ground and top weights off the ground. The flight ends with the precise landing on the arrival line 5 centimeter wide. You can see it later in a few seconds on your screen. And overall flight time is for this event is 135 seconds. So you see the judges, a very important person on this competition. Judges working very hard on this tournament and checking every centimeters of movement. And now we see the crew coming to the heli studio, and we're going to switch now our microphone for the heli studio. Ladies,
Okay, the next cruise here. After such results, you should be really nervous about the next cruise. Are you satisfied? Actually, I don't know how was the flight generally, but the landing was not very good. But so you're at the moment you're in the first place, nevertheless. Have you watched the previous flights of the previous cruise? You see, we always nervous about the competitions. Nevertheless, this is a small championship, but this is the first event, such event. So we're more nervous as usual, than usual. So your flight was really good and was straight and well trained flight. Where was the landing made? So I don't remember now. It's hard to say what was the mistake on the landing, but I suppose that was my mistake, not the operator, not the co-pilot. So we will be nervous till the end of the championship, and especially because we're now in the first place after 4 cruise. Yeah, but we won't show that we are nervous yet. Was really good flight, and the best from comparing with the previous ones. Okay, let's see what other cruise will show. Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you very much, Elena. Thank you very much, Natalia. Thank you, Elena and Nikolai. We will be back to the Heli studio soon, but now I would like to introduce you crew number 6. Alexander Zheperin, Artem Kurpitka and Pavel Abramechkin. So, it was crew number 5, Artem Kurpitka and Pavel Abramechkin. Artem Kurpitka is 34 years old. He is a master of sports of Russia and started helicopter sport in 2008 with the crew of Pavel Abramechkin in the crew from 2008. He's got 1,500 hours flying hours on helicopter Robinson 44 and different types of helicopters. Main sports achievements of Artyom is overall champion in Heli-Cup in 2008-2011, champion of Moscow in slalom 2009, bronze medal in overall championship of Moscow 2010, overall champion of Moscow in individual classification 2011, silver medal in navigation and bronze medal in fender rigging in European Cup France 2011. Artyom actually recognized a master of auto-rotation on helicopters. He is one of the best pilots doing auto-rotation on a helicopter Robinson 44 actually. Pavel Abramechkin, the oldest participant of this tournament. He is 61 years old, master of sport of Russia, and started helicopter sport in 1978. Now he works with Artem Kurpitka from 2008. And he's got, listen, just imagine, 14,800 flying hours as a sportman on the helicopter types Mil-1, Mil-2, Mil-4, Mil-6, Mil-8, Robinson 44. Main sports achievements of Pavel is overall champion of Heli-Cup in 2008-2011, champion of Moscow in slalom 2009, and you can see they got 288 points now. You can see it on the screen. So the Pavel Abramechkin is bronze medal in overall championship of Moscow 2010, overall champion of Moscow in individual classification 2011, silver medal in navigation and bronze medal in fender rigging in European Cup France 2011. He is actually a professional pilot. He works currently in Moscow. So you can see touchdown, 2 skates with the yellow signs as in the middle of the white line on the ground. So I think they've got minimum penalty points for this event. So, but in any way, we will see. We will wait for the results from the judges. You can see some repetition, and helicopter is coming back to the helipads. And what is the result? Number 3, Kurpitka Artyom Abramechkin, Pavel 287. So Yablokov Yuri, Vyspodenitsyn Konstantin number 1, Orechov Andrei Sazonov Vadim number 2, Kurpitka Artyom Abramechkin, Pavel number 3rd. 3rd place. That's repetition. Is going with some repetition of Yelena Zhiperina and Nikolai Burov, crew number 4. As they turn in, making a left 360 degrees turn. Actually right, oh, sorry, right. And moving backwards. So, the penalties for this event is for time violation. Each 10th of a second above 135 seconds of flight is 0.1 points. Violation of the corridor limits per 10th of a second, 0.1 points. Height violations per 10th of a second, 0.1 points. Duration of a hovering 360 degrees turn shorter than 15 seconds, 5 points. So pilots should make a hovering and make a left, make a 360 turn shorter than not shorter than 15 seconds. For omitting any of the maneuvers, 5 points. For the penalties, and for each occurrence of a change of heading exceeding 30 degrees, 5 points. Double or slight landing, 5 points. And you can see the results. Zhuperin Alexander, Burov Nikolai, 300 points, and first place in the table. Yuri Yablokov, 290. Vyspodenitsyn Konstantin, Orechov Andrei Sazonov Vadim, 289 points. Okay, and the pilot's crew is coming to the heli studio, so I'm switching microphone to the heli studio.
Hi. So Artem Kurpitka and Pavel here is in studio. What are your feelings about this discipline? Wow, I can say only wow. Well, because this is first flight from the long term of non-training. When Pavel, when you trained, because so you had such a good flight now with the long time of non-training. So especially for you and for the spectators was made this flight. So I'm the co-pilot, and the commander is the main one on board. He's the chief, so he told me to be sure, and I was sure. So Pavel, you're the most experienced pilot, saying about your flight hours. So that's why the spectators and other crews wait for the good look at you like good competitors. How much actually flight hours you have? 15,000 flight hours. So Toma, even so you used some magic while the flight. What can you say? I'm nervous about the other crews. Actually, no. Only. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Heli Studio. We will be back to you soon. And let me introduce to you crew number 6. And I'm glad to introduce you Alexander Zhuperin and Nikolai Burov. Alexander Zhuperin, pilot, member of the Russian national helicopter sport team. And he is 54 years old. And Nikolai Burov, co-pilot, member of the Russian national helicopter sport team, as well, 54 years old. They are both overall world champion in individual and team classification 2012. Alexander Zhuperin is world champion in precision 2012, silver medalist in navigation and slalom 2008, and bronze medalist in slalom 2012 in world championship. Champion in Russian Cup in team classification 2013. Alexander Zhuperin is champion in navigation, silver medalist in overall Belgian Open Helicopter Championship 2013. They waiting now for the rise. They preparing and waiting for the flag, starting flag. You see the camera inside of the helicopter, so we can see the. Okay, let's go. Start and judge rising the flag. So I'll continue. The Alexander Zhuperin is multi-time champion and prize-winning helicopter sports events of all levels in Russia and abroad. He's got actually last year he's got the Paul Tissandier diploma, the Prestige Awards, FAI Awards. Alexander is the first non-professional pilot on the planet who got the title of overall world champion in helicopter sport. So a few words about Nikolai Burov, the co-pilot of this crew, crew number 6. Nikolai Burov is 54, as I told you. He is honorary master of sports of Russia. Started helicopter sports in 1984 with, a few years ago he worked with Viktor Karataev till 2011, and since 2012 he works with Alexander Zhuperin. He's got 5,200 flying hours on Mil 2, Mil 8 and Robinson 44. Main sports achievements of Nikolai Burov is overall world champion in individual classification 2008-2012, overall champion of 3rd World Air Games in Italy 2009, 5 times world champion in team classification, 5 times silver medalist in overall, 9 times world champion in events, 3 times silver and 6-time bronze medalist in World Helicopter Championships from 1992 till 2012. He's actually champion in navigation and silver medalist in overall Belgium Open Helicopter Championship 2013. Overall champion in German Open Helicopter Championship 2014, and multi-time overall champion of USSR and Russia, champion and prize winner in helicopter sports events of all levels in United Soviet Socialist Republic and Russia and abroad. He's got also FAI Air Sport Medal 2011, and Nikolai is professional military pilot, retired Lieutenant Colonel. Today Nikolai is a civil pilot in the Air Club Air Soyuz, where we now actually. And Nikolai is also judge in helicopter sports international category. So let's see what is the position. So Zhuperin Alexander and Burov Nikolai is number 1. And they got 299 points, actually 1 penalty for this event. Yabloko Fury is the 2nd, Orechov is the 3rd. And you can see some repetition, as I told you. Precision event is low-level flying on a constant height with maneuvers on a ground market course. The evolutions include 2 360 degrees and 2 90 degrees turns around the yaw-axis in both directions, flying forward, backwards, sidewards, left and right, keeping helicopter center line within the limits of 1 meter wide corridor. The height is controlled by 2 ropes with the lowest attached to the fuselage under the pilot's seat, 2 meters, and to the ski, 3 meters. The course is flown keeping the bottom weights on the ground and the top weight off the ground. The flight ends with the precise landing on arrival line 5 centimeters wide. Flying time is 135 seconds only. You can see on the screen now. overall champions in team classification. Yes, putting the yellow lines on the white line. So we back to the Heli studio for the short interview with the pilots for the crew number 6.
Okay, Alexander and Nikolai are now in studio. You're very serious now. Are you satisfied, Nikolai? Yeah, we're really glad about our flight, and we don't know our results at the moment. Generally, I didn't notice any big mistakes, and the landing was good, and the rest the judge will show. So your result is 299. So we're really glad. Yeah, we'll see what Maxim will how Maxim will answer with his flight. Nikolai, you said that yeah, there was some problem with this first competition, such event. Yeah, I think the main problem was I was really nervous. Was some kind of gym jam, but generally I'm keen in helicopter sports, so we've made our flight and we did the best. So Lena, your wife, she also has shown a good result. So do the cameras some kind yeah. So are there some problems concerning the cameras in the helicopter? Actually, no. You did notice them when you're in flight. We thought that our flight was worse than it was indeed. Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you very much, Lena. Thank you very much, Natalia. Thank you very much, crew number 6. And now let me introduce crew number 7, the happy number, Maxim Sotnikov and Oleg Podjukas. Very famous crew in all over the world. Maxim Sotnikov is on the screen on your left. As a member of the Russian national helicopter sport team, 57 years old, international master of sports. He started helicopter sports in 2007 with the crew Oleg Podjukas and worked with Oleg Podjukas since 2008. The completed crew. Flying hours 2,500 on Robinson 44, Bell 407. In main sport achievements of Maxim Sotnikov is a world champion in the team classification 2012, world champion in navigation, slalom and bronze medalist in freestyle 2012. Overall champion in Open International Championships in Germany 2009, 2011, Switzerland 2010, Poland 2013. Overall champion of Russia in individual classification 2011, 13 and 14. Maxim is the first non-professional pilot who got this title. Multi-time champion and prize-winning helicopter sports event of all levels in Russia and abroad. He has got FAI Award Paul Tissandier Diploma at 2014. Maxim Sotnikov is the first vice president of Federation of Helicopter Sports of Russia. He is an organizer and coordinator of amateur pilots in the Russian team. He is one of the main organizers of the all Russian helicopter competitions. Invests really heavily in training and supporting of the young crews and contributes greatly to the development of helicopter sports in Russia and abroad. Maxim is a nuclear physicist and candidate of physical and mathematical sciences. He currently works in business and heads a large investment and construction company. Oleg Podjukas is co-pilot is sitting in the left side of the helicopter. You can see the Maxim Sotnikov is touching the ground with the yellow lines, and you see how precise they are. So judgingly checking the position of the yellow lines. And a few words about Oleg Polodchukas, co-pilot, member of the Russian national helicopter sport team, while you can see the same repetition on the screen. He is 52 years old, an international master of sports. Started helicopter sport in 1985. Now he works with Maxim Sotnikov from 2008, and he's got 4,600 flying hours on Mil-2, Mil-8, Robinson 44, Bell 407. Main sport achievements of Oleg Polodchukas is a world team champion, event winner in navigation and slalom, and bronze medalist in freestyle 2012. Overall champion in Open International Championship in Germany, and now you can see the Sotnikov Maxim and Polodchukas Oleg 300 points, no penalties at all. So they've got first position in the table. Zhuperin Alexander is coming to the second place, Yablokov Yuri into the third. Oleg Polodchukas is overall Russian champion in 2011, and I got the special comment that probably Maxim Sotnikov will and Oleg Polodchukas will have one penalty point, so one judge fixes the deviation somewhere, I don't know yet exactly. Zhuperin Alexander, Burov Nikolai is first place, Sotnikov Maxim, Polodchukas Oleg actually second place, and Yablokov Yuri on the third place. So actually, Oleg Polodchukas is professional pilots, and we switching to the heli studio now for the short interview.
Okay, so the half of the crews we've had here in studio. So you were really fast to be here in the studio. Are you satisfied? What are your impressions? So you have one penalty. From so you have 299 points. So I think that the result will be any way the other. We've tried, but it's actually not the helicopter I used to fly, because this is Ramen 2 and I usually fly in Ramen 1, so that was for me it was a little bit difficult. So Oleg, what can you say about the helicopter maybe? Yeah, the problems, yes, we've noticed that problems, because we're really keen on the other one, or the other one of type of helicopter. So about mistakes, my mistakes. It's a pity, but this helicopter, this concrete helicopter is not very good balanced. So you see, so usually we use 40 kilos to make the helicopter balance. Okay, now back to the commands.
Okay. Thank you very much, Yelena. Thank you very much, Natalia. We're going back to the main stage of our tournaments, and you can see the crew number 8: Andrei Vysotsky and Nikolai Rodionov. Actually, Andrei Vysotsky, homonym of the old famous Soviet singer Vladimir Vysotsky, but no relations. And Nikolai Rodionov will be a co-pilot, so you see the rise of the flag and started. Andrei Vysotsky is 39 years old. He's got no sport title. He's actually a very beginner in the sports, helicopter sport. So he now works with Rodionov Nikolai in the crew. He's got only 80 hours on the helicopter's Robinson 44. His debutant in helicopter competition. Andrei started to fly in 2008. His first flying experience was on a fixed-wing aircraft Yakovlev 18 and Cessna 172. In 2011, he started to fly helicopters in helicopter company Aerosoyuz and performed his first solo flights. After 16 hours practicing, Andrei finally decided to improve his flying skills on the helicopters. So that's why he came to the helicopter sport. His first encounter with the helicopter sport occurred in 2012 when he watched the World Helicopter Championship as a spectator. After that, Andrei decided to try his hands in the helicopter sport. Karlsson Cup and the Karlsson Cup is his first competition experience. So Nikolai Rodionov is co-pilot in this crew and member of the Russian national helicopter sport team, as I told you before, and he maybe joined us not so a few minutes ago. So I tell you again, he's 57 years old and honorary master of sports of Russia. He started helicopter sport in 1983, so he's very famous in helicopter world. He worked with different pilots, Georgy Plakushi, Alexei Afanasyev, Yelena Zhuperina from 2012. And now he helped the Andrei Vysotsky to start his career in helicopter sports. You see, all the pilots, all the students of the aviation training school in Aerosoyuz. You see, the touchdown was not so correct. So judge is checking the position of the yellow lines, and as I told you before, the penalties for this event is for landing scale per each centimeter 1 point. Also, double or slide landing gives 5 points penalties for this event. You see some repetitions, and you can see 2 chains below the helicopters. So what does it mean? The meaning of the chains is actually the height of the flying is controlled by 2 ropes with the loads attached to the fuselage under the pilot's seat, 2 meters, and to the skid, 3 meters. So we now see the position of the crew number 8, Vysotsky Andrei, Rodionov Nikolai, at the same place, number 8, 225 points. Zhuperin Alexander still keeps, and Burov Nikolai, they keep the first place, Sotnikov Maxim and Pojikos Alex on the second place, and Yablokov Yuri, Podegnis and Konstantin third. So next, Rekhov, Kurpit, Zhuperin, and so on. But Andrei Vysotsky is a very beginner, as I told you before, he is a beginner in the helicopter sports, so they keeps the correct place, I would say. So, but in any way, we hope Andrei Vysotsky will rise in his professional skills, in flying skills. So we will be watching Andrei Vysotsky very, 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 very intensively, I would say. So you can see now the repetition of touching the ground, the helicopter and crew number 8, and you see the position of the yellow lines and up, not so good. That's why they got a lot of penalties, but okay, this is all an experience. So Andrei Vysotsky will definitely improve his skills later. So we expect him to take part in every competition in the future. So, precision event is a low-level flying on a constant height with maneuvers on the ground market course. So, that's why. Okay, and now we see the crew number 8 coming to the heli studio, switching microphone.
Okay, Andrei, Nikolai. Tell your opinion about your result. I'm not very satisfied, actually. And what do you say? What will you say, Nikolai? So I'm, as more experienced pilot, can say that Andrei is the beginner, and he was really nervous, and that was the main reason he made not very good flight. because usually while training he shows much better results. We're so happy that you're now involved and engaged the helicopter community. We're very glad to see the new pilots and this is your first competitions in your life? Yes, this is my first championship. So yesterday I had the main training, you see. So it's taking into account this before a set. That flight was very good. The result was really good. So you have a chance. What do you think? Do you have a chance during the next discipline to avoid these nerves and gene jams? Okay, so that was the last proof.
Thank you very much. We are back now to the main stage of the competition, and let me introduce crew number 9: Alexei Siniktutov, Nikolai Burov, and Alexei Siniktutov, pilot, 32 years old. You can see him on the right seat in the helicopter. Judge raising the flag. Start. Let's go, and crew number 9, Alexei Siniktutov, Nikolai Burov. Alexei Siniktutov is 32 years old. He's got no sports title at all because he started the helicopter sports only in this year, 2014, with Burov Nikolai. He's got almost 100 flying hours on Robinson 44. And just started his career as a private pilot. So he's a debutant in the helicopter competitions. He's the second debutant of this competition. You see the crew working hard with each other, trying to maintain correct altitudes. So as if you remember, the precision events has some penalties for time violation. Each tenth of a second above 135 seconds of flight gives 0.1 points. Height violation per tenth of a second gives 0.1 points. Duration of a hovering 360 degrees turn shorter than 15 seconds gives 5 points penalties. And definitely the helicopter sports improving the skills of the pilots. The young pilots very fast. So. Also, for the next penalties is for omitting any of the maneuvers gives 5 points. For each occurrence of a change of heading exceeding 30 degrees gives 5 points. And as I told you, you can see it on the screen. The 2 chains gives the understanding for the pilots about the height of the flying. So 286 points so far. And 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. 2 minutes flying, and the evolutions include two 360 degrees and 2 90 degrees turns around your axis in both directions, flying forward. And now you can see on your screens the trying of pilots. Oh yes, it's a little bit far from the white line. So it definitely gives some points, penalty points for the crew, Alexei Siniktutov and Nikolai Burov. And the final stage actually depends on the pilots. So it's more professional the pilots, so less in penalties they received at the end of the event. So I see the helicopter now coming back to the helipad, while we see some repetition on the screen. And Alexei Siniktutov is a debutant of this competitions actually. So you can see the table, the scores, final scores for this event. So the crew number 9 is at the place number 7, 271 points. Thus, first place still Jupian Alexander Burov Nikolai, second Sotnikov Maxim Podjukasali, 99 points. Yabloko Fury is third place. And Vysotsky Andrei, the crew number 8, is on the 9th place. Vysotsky Andrei, Rodionov Nikolai, 225 points for these events. So the height of the flying is controlled by 2 ropes with the loads attached to the fuselage under the pilot's seat, 2 meters, and to the ski 3 meters. The course is flown keeping the bottom weight on the ground and the top weight off the ground. So pilots is either waving, changes waving, so it's difficult for the pilot to control the altitudes of flying, high flying actually. So the first chain, with the 3 meters length should be on the ground, and the second chain should be always off the ground, and it gives when a 2 meters chain contacting the ground, so it gives penalty points for the crew. And now we see a pilot coming to the heli studio, and we're switching to the heli studio now.
Okay, Nikolai, you're here the second time. Nikolai, are you satisfied? You see, the targets we achieved on the trainings, here we made everything. I think everything we planned was made during this flight. In your opinion, Alexei? So it's the first time for me, I'm the debutant. This is the first sporting result. But I'm really happy. I'm happy to participate, and even I was nervous, but I'm more happy than nervous. Do you feel some difficulty in connection? You're the last crew. If I would participate on the European Championship, I would be really nervous. But during this competition, no, it actually doesn't matter for me. How long did you train together? Only 2-3 times. So this is supposed to be your 4th or 5th flight. So this is the 4th time. You see, this concrete, the precision depends mostly from the pilot, but not the co-pilot. So I tried to make him to avoid main mistakes and make him more sure in his deeds. How much flight hours do you have? 50 hours. So you see, for the 50 hours, your flight was like the flight of the real master. So mainly, yes, we're satisfied, and we get good feelings from this championship. So generally, as soon as you've seen the previous crews, what can you say about the previous crews and their skills? You see, it's very all of us have very different skills of training and experience. So this is everything is shown here. So you can see watching the results. So we have one crew here. So the main thing you want to fly. And okay, so let's see.
While organizing committee is preparing the stage for the second event, fan the rigging, I will introduce you our support team. Hostess in Heli Studio, Natalia Sotnikova, actually Bell TV Studio or Heli Studio, whatever. Commentator in Russian, Mikhail Bibishev. Commentator in English, and your humble servant, Sergei Komarov. Simultaneous interpreter, Pavel Mikheyev. Technical support, Evgeny Kuznetsov. And now we are going back to the Heli Studio. We're going to see some short interviews.
Now we have the guest here. This is the president of the first helicopter club Aerosayus, Alexander Klimchuk. So these Karlsson Cups are made on your airfield, and they already have some traditions. First, we've started this championship. It appeared, yes, because we've started training generally in helicopter sports and a little bit, and we decided to make a small competition for our students, for our cadets. So, as we know, your club started this championship, and many pilots who now are the champions and participate in different national and international competitions. You see, Sasha, I love very much this club, this atmosphere here, the personnel, and this is, I would say, my native club and our native club. What can you say about your next plans on your development of the air club? We plan to make almost 10 helicopter centers in Moscow region. Present, we have our presence, and there are local offices in 10 regions in Russia. You see, it's really hard. It takes lots of investments and lots of work, but we're developing and we're growing. You see, we now have one point even on Sakhalin. It's very far from here, from the central region. Okay, we are trying to do our best to involve and engage more people to fly.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Alexander Klimchuk. We may see now the organizing committee is preparing the stage for the next events of this competition, fan the rigging. For those who just joined us over the internet broadcasting, I say again, you are welcome to the main Russian helicopter event, Karlsson Cup 2014. My name is Sergei Komarov, and I am happy to be a commentator of this event in English. My colleague Mikhail Bibishev will be actually he is a commentator in Russian on the second channel. And you watching this tournament online over the internet at www.helisport.org. And I give the microphone back to the Heli Studio for the short interview with our honored guest.
Okay, next guest in studio. So, well known, the president of the Federation of Helicopter Sport of Russia, Irina Grushina. What can you say about the Karlsson Cup? So this is traditional competition for this place, for the Aerosayus Air Club. So I'm very excited because of this first experience of online helicopter competition, and what's going on here. You see, Karlsson, our small and native championship. You see, usually this is the good point in the end of the helicopter season, the Karlsson Cup. So the competitions, they didn't finish yet, but hopefully everything is fine. And so we've had lots of very interesting helicopter events during this year. There were helicopter races, and here you have the good opportunity to see the best pilots and the best our helicopter sportsmen. It's not you see the all pilots are presented here, yes, best pilots, but almost half of them. We have also very good pilots, you know them, on Mil 2. Okay, thank you, Irina. Okay, so we'll see the result of the next of this competition.
Thank you very much, Elena. Thank you very much, Natalia. Thank you very much, Irina. And now we can see this final score for this event, for the first event. So first place, Zhuperin Alexander, Burov Nikolai, with the 299 points for the precision. Sonikov Maxim and Alek Podjukas 299 points, but in any way in the second place because of the time, I guess. So the third place, Yablokov Yuri, Podanitsy Konstantin, 290 degrees. And we're giving back, going back to the Heli studio for the short interview with the special guests.
The next guest here we have is Vladimir Turin, the chairman of Board of Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association. So, what is the scale of your airfields and of your association? So we have almost 5,000 of different flight aircraft. We have almost, I think, about 5,000 pilots and about 50 or 70 different airfields. You know, it's a pity, but many of the spectators and just people, they think that the helicopter sport is something for the rich person, and it's not a serious sport. And what do you think? What can you say about the aviation of general target? What's the main aim of the aviation? You see, even these competitions and this yes, it involves lots of people in aviation in general. Yes, and it gives lots of good skills and improves the pilot's training very much. So people who are trained well and who improves their skills, they use then their skills during the.
Okay, thank you very much, Elena. Thank you, special guests. Thank you, Natalia. And now we can see that the first crew of crew number 1 is ready to start fender rigging, and while they preparing for the start and waiting for the starting flag, I will tell you some rules. I will tell you about the rules of fender rigging. So fender rigging event requires precise flying with a load fender, and Andrei Orekhov and Vadim Sazonov is getting ready for the start and waiting for the rising of the flag, of the starting flag. So the fender rigging event requires precise flying with a load fender actually, and you see the start and rope lengths in a sequence of 4, 6 and 8 meters, and a flying time of 60 seconds. The direction of flight through each entrance gate is made public by the chief judge at the event's briefing. The task of the crew is to put down the fender with different rope lengths into 3 containers in turn A, B, C. You see the first trying, C, and the minimum time. Maneuvering of the rope is allowed provided the rope is not lengthened or shortened. Of course, there are some penalties for the fender rigging. Let's see the touchdown, and you see the strawberry picture is on the side of this tank. And penalties. Of course, I need to tell about the penalties for this competition. So for this event, time violation. Each tenth of a second above 60 seconds of flight gives 0.1 points. Missing the gates of fender over poles, 5 points. Touching the external sides of the container with the fender, 5 points. Touching the ground with the fender, 5 points as well. And fender puts into container with the wrong rope length, 5 points. Rope not deployed to full meters when lifting off from containers, 5 points. Fender not put down into the container or fender lost roads is 0 points. So now you can see some repetitions. You can see the ropes in the left hand of the left hand of Vadim Sazonov, and we see now the final score of this crew number 1, Orekhov, Andrei, Sazonov, Vadim, is 285 points. So they've got some penalties somewhere during this competition, and you can see now how the weight is coming through the gates. And as I told you before, the direction of flight through each entrance gate is made public by the chief judge at the event briefing. The task of the crew is to put down the fender with different rope lengths into 3 containers in turn A, B, C in the minimum time. So you can see that all the 2 legs of the co-pilot inside of the helicopter, and only the half part, the top part of the body is outside of the helicopter. To observe the position of the, we call it balda in Russian, balda, the weights. So you see they're touching the tank, and the judge is very, very strong, very hard checking the position of everything on the sports field. So the helicopter came back to the helipad. And in a few seconds we will see we will meet them in the Heli studio for the short interview. And for those who just contacted us over internet, yes, and now the crew is in the Heli studio.
So hi again. So you're again with us. So what's your opinion about the next flight? So now we are better. You see, in the middle of the competition, we have such tendency that usually we make better till the end. Unfortunately, the wind was the great obstacle for us. You see, from here, from the studio, we thought that the flight was. We've seen the flight was really stable and good. You see, Vadim says that we tried to. We wanted to be faster, actually, but the wind, yes, it stopped us a little bit. It's not a very good result. We could be better. We don't know our penalties, and about the touches of the barrels, we don't know. So you see, the field is a little bit different than usually on the trainings. And the wind, yes, and the wind is the great obstacle. So you see, we also hope that fortune will be on our side, but we don't see it at the moment. Tell us, all the cans are with the equal jam. I didn't see. Yeah, it's a strawberry jam, as we know. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Natalia. Thank you very much, Elena and Andrei. And Vadim. So we will be back to the Heli studio soon, and now let me introduce the crew number 2, Yuri Yablokov and Konstantin Podainitsyn. As I told you before, Yuri Yablokov is a pilot, member of the Russian national helicopter sport team. He is 52 years old. You see, they're ready to start. Yuri Yablokov, the master of sports of Russia. He started helicopter sport in 2007. Now works with Konstantin Podainitsyn since this year. Yuri has 750 flying hours on Robinson 44. He's got actually own helicopter Robinson 44. And Yuri Yablokov is quite famous in this helicopter sports. He has got second place in overall Open German Helicopter Championships in 2009 and 11. He is a champion of Moscow and Volga Federal District in Navigation 2010. Second place in overall European Cup France 2011, so on. And Konstantin Podainitsyn is a co-pilot, is the youngest participant of this championship, and he's only 30 years old, and he's got first sports category and started helicopter sport in 2014, this year, with the crew Andrei Orekhov, and then they switch to Yuri Yablokov. Konstantin Podainitsyn has 40 hours as a crew member on Robinson 44, and he makes his first steps in helicopter sports right now. He participated in several competitions in Russian sport in 2014 and got second places in Fender rigging slalom and overall Open German Championship 2014. Konstantin is a student in Moscow Aviation Institute and wants to become a civil pilot. So now we can see some repetition, and we see the previous crew of Sazonov, Vadim, Orekhov, Andrei. And Yablokov, Yuri, and Podainitsyn Konstantin has got 300, the maximum score for this event, and they got no penalties at all. So it means they completed this event without penalties. The first time for this competition, and it's very good chances. In any way, so the maximum score for this competition for each crew is 900 points, which means in case they got 300 points in each event, so they collect 900 points, and this is the maximum points actually for this championship. The Fender rigging event requires precise flying with a load and rope length in a sequence of 4, 6, and 8 meters and a flying time of 60 seconds. The direction of flight through each entrance gate is made public by the chief judge at the event briefing. And now we're switching to the Heli studio.
Okay. So again, the second crew we have here in our prize studio in this beautiful Heli-Bell 207. So you have 300 points. Yeah, I was sure that it would be so. Frankly speaking, usually our exercises, they are longer than here, than now, and they are more interesting. So you need you see, without training is very hard to make such small moves with the fender. You see, and without training you can't achieve good results. So today you're really good. Did you like this field? You see, I would prefer that the field would be bigger. Okay, we'll see how we'll train here, and we'll see our next results. Yuri has 4 children and Konstantin has 3 children. So this is the crew with the higher level of amount of children. So we are really nervous about you see. About this competition, because we suppose that many of our friends, foreign friends and here in Russia, watch us now online. So how Oleg says for Maxim's co-pilot that usually during the competitions the crew is the family, and the crew is main 2 people, yes, who stay together during 4 or 5 days. So everything was really fine. Hope we'll show good results.
Thank you very much indeed, and welcome to the Karlsson Cup 2014 and in RSU's Helicopter Club. And let me introduce crew number 3 for this event, Evgenia Kurpitka and Evgenia Zamula, the most wonderful crew in this tournament, women's crew actually. And Evgenia Kurpitka and Evgenia Zamula are ready to start. Judge raising his flag and start. As you may remember, if you listened to me for the last hour, Evgenia Kurpitka is a member of Russian national helicopter sport team. She is 34 years old and the master of sports of Russia. He started helicopter career in 2008 in a crew with Vasily Golovkin till 2009, Vladimir Strionok 2010-2013, and now she works with the Evgenia Zamula from 2014. And Evgenia has about 350 hours flying hours on Robinson 44. You may see on the screen they got still have 300 points, time 48 seconds from start. Evgenia is quite famous helicopter sportsman. Actually, she is overall champion in the European Cup in France 2011, world bronze medalist in navigation and precision 2012, and champion of Open Helicopter Games in Italy 2013. Evgenia Zamula also quite famous in helicopter sports. She has a 3rd place in Slalom Open Moscow Championship 2010, overall champions in Russia in ladies classification 2010, and the last sport achievements is a 3rd place in ladies classification in Russian Open Championship 2014. You may see now the weights is coming through the gates, and judges checking the position and the altitudes of these weights. Evgeny Zamula is Evgeny started in helicopter sport as a judge in 2005 and has first judging category in helicopters. You can see now the score. They've got third place actually. Some penalties. They gained some penalties. I can't tell you exactly what led to the penalties, but in any way, it's just a sport, and it's a good competition today. Today is actually a good day for helicopter sports. I need to tell you about the weather. The weather is quite good. It's around +5 degrees centigrade, and sky is overcast at 800 meters, and wind about 5 meters per second. So it's quite good for the competition, actually. Fender rigging. Fender rigging is event requires precise flying with loads and rope lengths in a sequence of 4, 6, and 8 meters. You can see there are lots of other airspace users around the IRSOUs trying to watch the competition from above using the balloons. So you can see the women's crew, the wonderful crew, is working very hard on this Fender rigging field. So judges are very sharp, checking the position of the helicopter and the weights. So now we switching to the heli studio to get some short interview with the crew.
Okay, girls. We're back. So, how's the second discipline, exercise? Did you like? It's wasn't so good as we're supposed to, but I think that it was not a bad flight. In connection with the training hours we've made before, because it was not so much, and we started to fly together only a few months ago. So we need to be more. We need to make together understand each other better and to be closer. Yes, to be one crew. So now we're not. You see, we have not much, very small amount of pure woman crews, and we love you all very much. Have you seen results? So we'll fight, and we can fight, and yes, okay, we'll look for the next crew. It is almost ready.
Thank you very much, Yelena. Thank you very much, Natalia. Thank you, Evgeny. Double Evgeny. So let me introduce the crew number 4 for this event, Elena Zhuperin and Nikolai Rodionov. And they starting the Fender rigging events. So a few words again about Yelena and Nikolai Rodionov. So started the Fender rigging, this crew, the crew number 4. And Yelena Zhuperin is 47 years old. She is a Master of Sports of Russia. She started helicopter sport in 2005. And so she works with Georgy Arbuzov till 2011, until he died. And now she works with Nikolai Rodionov from 2012, and she's got 1,800 flying hours on the helicopter Robinson 44 and Robinson 66. She loved to travel and traveling a lot on the helicopters around the world. You may see it on the Facebook of Yelena. She's posting lots of pictures of traveling on the helicopters. You see now they completed the Fender rigging, And fender rigging is an event requires precise flying with loads and rope lengths in sequence of 4, 6 and 8 meters and a flying time of 60 seconds. The direction of flight through each entrance gate is made public by the chief judge at the event briefing, so it makes it hard a little bit. The task of the crew is to put down the fender with different rope lengths into 3 containers in turn ABC. And you can see now the table. Number 1 place Яблоко Fury, Zhuperina Elena 300 maximum score for this event. So no penalties at all. And number 4 Kurpitka Evgenia and Orekhov Andrei and Sezonov Vadim is number 4. So the same score as Yablokov Yuri and Zhuperina Elena. So they got place number 2. And penalties for the fender rigging is time violation. Each tenth of a second above 60 seconds of flight for 0.1 points. Missing the gates or fender over poles 5 points. And as you may see on the screen, as you may remember, they got 300 points, maximum score, but we don't know the time of this crew, so we will know it later. And also about the penalties, the touching the external sides of the container with the fender gives 5 points. And touching the ground with the fender gives 5 points, and you can see they almost touched the ground, but they missed it. Okay, we switch into the heli studio to give short interview with the crew.
Okay, Elena, Nikolai, you're with us again. 300 points. Are you satisfied? Yeah. Generally, we are satisfied. You're out of emotions. So this is one of our favorite exercises, actually. You see, Elena, you're very modest. And can you tell us our result in time? About time? Yes, the total time was 43 seconds. Yeah, you're really modest. Yeah, one of the modest crews. Helen is interested not in the results usually, but to fly beautiful.
The beauty of flying.
Thanks. So you have, as I suppose, the only mixed crew. No, we in our national team, this is the best mixed crew. Yes. So the next crew is on start.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Heli Studio, and we back to the main stage. Crew number 5, Artyom Kurpitka and Pavel Abramechkin is getting ready to start the fender rigging, and weather is quite okay for this day, for this competition. Plus 4 degrees centigrade, overcast 800 meters, and wind just 5 meters per second. And the crew is ready, and the pilot waiting for the sign. So judge raising his flag. Okay, the fender rigging, and Artyom Kurpitka and Pavel Abramechkin started the fender rigging, and the fender rigging event requires very precise flying with load and rope lengths in a sequence of 4, 6 and 8 meters, and a flying time of 60 seconds to complete this event. So you see how hard it is to get this weight into the tank for the co-pilots. Co-pilot is Pavel Abramechkin, is oldest participant of this tournament. He's 61 years old, master of sports of Russia. He started helicopter sport actually in 1978 and flew on Mil 1, Mil 2, Mil 4, Mil 6, Mil 8, Robinson 44, almost 15,000 flying hours. So he's a very, very professional pilot. Artyom Kurpitka actually also a very known, very famous person in Russian helicopter sports. Is a master of sports of Russia. You see, okay, he started helicopter sport in 2008 and got 1,500 flying hours. Not so good in results. We will let you know the results. You see how hard. Okay, they put it down to the tank. The load is in the tank. So how hard to work in a team. And Artyom Kurpitka is just 34 years old. He's quite young. But in any way, he's quite professional. But in any way, Kurpitka, Artyom and Abramechkin Pavel, they gain lots of penalties for this event, and they have 281 points. So the first place still Yablokov Yuri and Podenis and Konstantin. Second place Zhuperin Elena and Rodionov Nikolai. But Artyom and Pavel Abramechkin and Artyom Kurpitka was not so successful in this event. We will know from the short interview what was the reason for this. You see the mistake. The load touches the tank actually. So I'll tell you again, the direction of flight through each entrance gate is made public by the chief judge at the event briefing. So the pilots usually get this information just a few minutes prior flying. So it's they need to coordinate all the movements, all the acts in the cabin. So it's quite difficult for the sportsmen. So we can see that Artyom and Pavel came to the heli studio, and we switching to the heli studio.
Okay, Artyom, Pavel, again with us. So you're a little bit disappointed, yeah? You see, we were too fast than we need to be. We had a really sharp flight, and first barrel was okay, and the second and the third were not. Yeah, the flight we've expected to have other result, because usually on while training we've had better. But this exercise was a joke. They didn't train 4 days, but actually they didn't train a lot more. I forgot to make target. So Googles need to help me, but I forgot to put them on. So so wish you good luck. Wish you good luck to the next cruise. Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you very much, Elena, Natalia, Artyom and Pavel. We will be back to you soon to the Heli studio. And now the crew number 6, Alexander Zhuperin, Nikolai Burov, ready to start fender rigging. And you see now the crew is ready. They coordinating all the movements and starts. And Alexander Zhuperin, Nikolai Burov started the fender rigging. Actually, Alexander and Nikolai, overall world champion in individual and team classification 2012. Alexander Zheperin is 54 years old, as well as Nikolai Burov. Alexander is international master of sports, when Nikolai Burov is honored master of sports of Russia. Alexander Zheperin started his helicopter career in 2006, and he's got almost 2,000 flying hours in the Robinson 44 and Robinson 66. And with his wife Yelena Zheperina, the participants of this competition, they traveling a lot on the helicopters around the world. So you can see it on the Yelena's web page, Facebook page. And Alexander got a lot of sports achievements since 2006. Actually, last year he has got the Paul Tissanier diploma, and he's, as I told you, he's overall world champion in individual and team classification 2012. You see some repetition on your screen, and how Alexander and Nikolai Burov started with fender rigging, and we may see the score. A very interesting situation. Yablokov Yuri 300, Zheperina Yelena 300, Zheperin Alexander, and Burov Nikolai 300. So they got maximum points for this event, but unfortunately they lost a few seconds, milliseconds actually. So that's why they are not first but third. Okay, we may see now how precise they working, and the judges very sharp looking to the weights, to the loads. And as I told you, the fender rigging event requires precise flying with a load and rope planes in a sequence of 4, 6 and the next 8 meters, and flying time of 60 seconds maximum. So you have to complete your turn within the 60 seconds. The direction of flight through each entrance gate is made public by the chief judge at the event briefing, as I told you. But that's why this makes it so hard. So now we can see the pilots coming to the heli studio. We're switching to Natalia and Yelena.
Okay, again we're here. So you had a very intensive talk while you were coming here. We were conversating about the time of our flight. We thought that we are a bit slower than usual. You have a second result actually. So that was a really dynamic flight, and we controlled the helicopter more because of the wind obstacle. Because we need to control the fender because of this wind and the direction of wind, we could have additional problems, additional mistakes. So that's why we were concentrated on the fender. So as usually on the competitions, you're going very close. Generally the result is good. So we will look for the next cruise and their results. First of all, yes, like the previous cruise, we will say that we haven't trained a lot. You see, this is the usual thing. We talked to all crews, and even they got very good flight without penalties, 300 points. They say, "Oh, the flight was not very good. We expected the better flight." Yeah. You see, I know you well, and I'm sure that you have very good teamwork, and you could even not train for a long time to have a good result. Yeah, Nikolai has double work today, because he flies also with a young pilot. So you need to compete hard today. Anyway, nevertheless, you have a good result. You see, the teamwork plays a lot. We need to be very concentrated on our moves. Yeah, and okay, we have the next crew on start.
Okay, thank you very much, Heli Studio. Thank you, Natalia and Lena. And let me introduce crew number 7 for fender rigging, Maxim Sotnikov and Oleg Podjukas. The very famous crew, number 7, happy number, as we say in Russia. So they waiting for the look Maxim face, very concentrated. They started the fender rigging right now. And Maxim is 57 years old. He's world champion in team classification and 2012 world champion in navigation and slalom and bronze medalist in freestyle 2012. Overall champion in Open International Championships in Germany, Switzerland and Poland championships. Overall champion of Russia in individual classification in 2011, 13, 14. Maxim is the first non-professional pilot who's got this title, and he's actually the first vice president of Federation of Helicopter Sports of Russia, and he's an organizer and coordinator of amateur pilots in the Russian team. Maxim is one of the main organizers of all Russian helicopter competitions, invests heavily in training and supporting of the young crews, and contributes greatly to the development of helicopter sports in Russia and abroad. Maxim is not a professional pilot. He is actually a nuclear physicist and candidate of physical and mathematical sciences. And you can see on your screen some repetition of this he's flying. He's piloting very precisely the helicopter. So I always love to see how he's doing it. So score the number 4, Sotnikov Maxim. So four crews got maximum points for this event. 300, unbelievable. It's very interesting situation. Oleg Podjukas is co-pilot of this crew, and also very famous pilots in helicopter sports. He is actually international master of sports, and so you can see him on the screen right now working very, very precisely. So I love this crew very much. So they've got 4th place and 300 points, the maximum score for this event. So how sharp, how precise they work. It's very, I love to see it very much. So Oleg Podjukas is a professional pilot and professional helicopter sportsman. He's started his career in 1985. You see how he works. Yes, touchdown, exactly into the tank. So flying hours, Alexis got almost 5,000 flying hours on Mil 2, Mil 8, Robinson 44, Bell 407, and I'm happy to tell you that they completed the fender rigging with the maximum score, 300 points. So now we going back to Heli Studio, where Maxim Sotnikov is ready to give a short interview.
Okay. Well, Maxim, your opinion about the flight, your impressions. So we also, try to do our best, and we could be the best. You have the 300 points, so no penalty, but you are on the 5th place. Concerning the time result. So it's not a problem generally. The result is good. So on 2 barrels we've had problems. That's why we've made the flight longer than usually. So each time we're nervous anyway, you see. So and you have 1 minute for the exercise. Exactly. So if you will make the exercise before 1 minute ends, you won't get the penalty. So what's the main reason of you're nervous about? Because it's anyway, when you're engaged in competitions, when you're a competitor, you'll be nevertheless you're the champion and or experienced pilot. You will be anyway very nervous. But do you have still adrenaline? Yes, sure. We have one more exercise, so everyone should be very precise. So let's see who will be the best. But we'll fight till the end. we're never stop fighting. What other competitors you think are very strong? You see in our national team, all of them are, all of the sportsmen, all the crews are really strong, and it depends lots of times on fortune. Usually the difference between results on first places are only few points. We have also really great competitors in other countries. Okay, so the next crew is ready to take off.
Okay, thank you very much, Lena. Thank you, Maxim. Thank you, Oleg, Natalia. So let me introduce crew number 8 for this event. Andrei Vysotskiy, Nikolai Rodionov. They starting the fender rigging in a few seconds. They just waiting for the rising of the flag. And you see the judge is showing this starting flag. And ready, steady, go. And Andrei Vysotskiy starting fender rigging with Nikolai Rodionov. So Andrei Vysotskiy, 39 years old. As I told you, Vysotskiy is very famous surname in Russia. It's homonym of the old famous Soviet singer Vladimir Vysotskiy, but Andrei has no relations with Vladimir Vysotskiy. 39 years old, no sports titles. Title for till now, who knows? It's just because he started helicopter sport in 2014. With Rodionov Nikolai. And Andrei has only 80 hours on the helicopters, Robinson 44. He started to fly in Aerosoyuz Helicopter Club, where we are now, and his first flying experience was on fixed-wing aircraft, Yakovlev 18 and Cessna 172. And in 2011, he started to fly in our helicopter company Aerosoyuz training school. And performed his first flight after 16 hours of practicing. Andrei finally decided to improve his flying skills on helicopters. That's why he became to helicopter sports. And Nikolai Rodionov is a very famous and professional helicopter sportsman. So they're working together in the crew, and you see they got some penalties to. Actually, they didn't succeed with this tank. Okay, Nikolai is waving his hand. Okay, let's go to the final points. And Nikolai Rodionov is 57 years old, honorary master of sports of Russia, and he started helicopter sports in 1983. with a different co-pilots. He's got 8,000 flying hours on Mil 2, Robinson 44, and he's actually 5 times world champion in team classification, and many time championship in visit slaloms and different championship. So Nikolai Rodionov, he's got FAI Air Sport medal in 2011. And you can see Vysotsky Andrei, Rodionov Nikolai, unfortunately, has got a lot of penalties, so they received almost 97 penalties for this event, so they are actually on 8th place for this event, unfortunately. But in any way, this is a good chance for Andrei Vysotsky to start his helicopter sport career in Russia and all over the world. So we'll see him on the next tournament on February next year. So I hope he will improve his skills, helicopter skills, with Nikolai Rodionov. Nikolai Rodionov is actually, as I told you, Nikolai Rodionov is a very famous and honored master of sports of Russia. Okay, so as far as I can see, the helicopter with the sportsman came to the back to the helipad. So we are waiting for the you see the pilots coming to the heli studio to give some short interview and to tell a few words about the results.
Well, you were nervous during the first flight and the second. We didn't make it. So we've had it was not very good teamwork actually. No. The teamwork was okay, Andrew. But you just lost the third barrel. That was the problem. We didn't put the fender inside the barrel. So I think that actually is my fault because I need to tell him to stay in one place, not to move. Actually, to hover there. Yeah, so we should improve. We should improve our teamwork, and again, we've trained only 2 times, so that's the result we could expect easily. Okay, go on. So this is the first time you're taking part in competitions. All of the sportsmen they passed it, so don't worry. Yeah, so I'm still, I think this is my failure, not the fault of the pilot. Can you tell why the barrel was put on the fender was put on the barrel but not inside? How it could happen? You see, it was very sharp move, so we decided not to lift it again and to leave it just there. Yes, if we'll try to make one more try, so we could lose points more.
Okay, thank you very much, Heli Studio, and we back to the main stage of Karlsson Cup 2014. Let me introduce crew number 9, Alexei Siniktutov and Nikolai Burov, the last crew for the fender rigging event this day. So, Alexei, very interesting crew, and I'll tell you why. The Alexei Siniktutov, the pilot, 32 years old. He's not. He started helicopter sport in 2014. He's not so famous. he works with the Burov Nikolai, and he's got only 100 fly hours on the Robinson 44, and he's actually debutant in helicopter competitions today. So you can see the score on your screen, 295 so far. And a few words about the Alexei. The Alexei dreamed to fly from childhood because his parents were aircraft designers and his grandfather and great-grandfather were pilots. Being engaged in the development of a large European company in Russia, he often travels to different cities. Constant flights and transfers have grown into a way of life of Alexei. Even on vacation, he is constantly moving from one city to another in pursuit of new experiences, landscapes and photographs. Alexei is fond of sports and tried different, from karate and billiards to skiing and playing golf. Very interesting. Several years ago, he discovered yachting and sailing, and now regularly participates in regattas and trips to the islands. In early 2014, Alexei tried flying helicopters in Aerosayus Aero-Club and started to study the private pilot program. Karlsson Cup is Alexei's first step in helicopter sports. And Nikolai Burov is a very famous pilot in helicopter sport, and is actually the helicopter of this crew coming to the helipad in a few seconds. Oh, now we see the overall the scores for these results. Zhuperina Elena and Rodionov Nikolai actually first. They succeeded in this fender rigging, so they should be in the first place. I think in a few seconds this will be changed by judges, because Elena Zhuperina completed the fender rigging with the short period of time. So Nikolai Burov is a very famous helicopter sportsman, member of the Russian national helicopter sports team. He is 54 years old and he spent 5,200 flying hours on Mil-2, Mil-8 and Robinson 44, and he's actually, as I told you, he's very professional sportsman. He is actually overall world champion in the individual classification 2008-2012, overall champion of Third World Air Games Italy 2009, and we expect them in a few seconds in the Heli Studio. So switching now to Heli Studio.
So you're in a good mood, as I can see. Hi. We see you're satisfied. Say yourself. Yeah, I'm really glad. It was really interesting. Here, yes, the main thing is the teamwork, and I can see now how it's important during flight. You see, the judging is very good here, and so we have a very good system here made on these competitions with judging. So that's why we are really glad to get results very fast. You see, if the masters, they after the flight they are conversating only about the mistakes, but we're after our flight we were talking about our achievement. What can you say? How many mistakes you try to avoid and try to tell Alexei not to make? I've told him that he needs to practice more, like any pilot who wants to participate and be good in helicopter sport. Okay, we're back for comments.
Okay, thank you very much, Heli-Studia. And while the judges collecting the score, let me introduce again the judges of this tournament. So, Chief Judge Irina Grushina, international category. Senior Judge Mikhail Balandin, international category. Judge 1, Pavel Tiulishvili, national category. And Judge 2, Lilia Zolotaryova, international category. Judge 3, Alexey Ulanov, second category. Alina Plakushya, second category. Alexander Bessonov, international category. Alexander Sotnikov, Alexander Yudakhin, and Mikhail Gubanov. And we're switching back to Heli-Studia to make some short interviews.
Well, again, we're in our heli. Now we have a new guest, Halidea Makagonova. She's the president of the Aviation Women Union, Aviatrisa. Halidea, what do you think? The aviation sport is famous among the very narrow circle of people, or it becomes more popular? I would like to say that the interest is going a little bit lower, but it's not the tendency of today. It became a few years ago. You see, I think that the young people they maybe change their interests. They like to sit in front of the computer more, maybe to make some active. We have there are lots of reasons. Maybe one of the reasons is that the concept of the World Air Games was changed by FAI. This is the obstacle to involve more young people in aviation sporting activity. Sorry for interrupting. Halidea is not only the president of this organization. She is the absolute champion on the aerobatics. And what can you say about our helicopter national team in the aviation family of Russia? My perspective, our national helicopter team and the Federation of the Helicopter Sport, they are the main engine of the aviation sport in Russia, I think. So this is, you see, the helicopter national team is the big good crew with a very well-made teamwork. We can easily say that our helicopter sportsmen they are best not only in the country but in the world, all over the world. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Elena. Thank you very much, Natalia. And we may see now the organizing committee is preparing the stage for the next event, slalom. And for those who just joined us over the internet broadcasting, I say again, you're welcome to the main Russian helicopter event, Karlsson Cup 2014. And we're now switching back to the, I think in a few seconds we will switch back to Heli Studio to see a very important guest for this tournament, to see some interview. And we now ready to switch to the Heli Studio. Okay, Karlsson Cup 2014, welcome to the main Russian helicopter events. And we're switching now to Helicopter Studio.
We have a new guest here, Alexander Mikhailov. Hello. We know you're the main coordinator of helicopter search and rescue operations. So how often the helicopters make search and rescue and participate in such operations? You see, lots of times, and for instance, Alexander Zhuperin, who participated today, he last time when we made such operations to find our friend Rita, he was the first who noticed her during the search and rescue. Sometimes the main task is not even to take the person when you found it in some area, but if the person is there isolated, to provide him with water, food, and something to throw it. Unfortunately, we don't have such services with a great amount of helicopters, so that's why, and this is one of the reasons of our close community, that anyone is ready to take part in search and rescue operation as soon as
Okay, thank you very much, Elena. Thank you very much for the special guests. And you see now the overall scores for this tournament. Zhuperin Alexander, Burov Nikolai is leading the tournament, 599 points from 600 possible so far. And Sotnikov Maxim also second place, Yablokov Yuri third place, Zhuperin Elena Rodionov Nikolai on the fourth place. We're going back to Heli Studio to make a short interview with Maxim Sotnikov.
Hi Maxim, this is the first vice president of the Federation of Helicopter Sports of Russia.
А вот самих чемпионатов России сколько?
How many national championships you took part? Next year will be the anniversary, 50 years of the national championship held in Russia. And the next year is also very important because we will have next year World Air Games in Dubai. So our achievement is few enthusiasts of helicopter sport. We purchased new helipad, new airfield in the Tver region, and we will try to make it our home base for the helicopter sport, for main helicopter events. Aren't you afraid, Maxim, that you'll make or train great competitors for you? it's very good because I'm really glad about it because soon I think I will train more than will fly. And I will be really glad to see more young people, more young guys, girls participating in our championships.
Thank you very much, Heli-Studio. Thank you, Elena. Thank you, Natalia and Maxim. We now back to the main stage where everything is prepared for the last event of this tournament, slalom. The crew number one, Andrei Orekhov and Vadim Sazonov, is about to start, and I'm going to tell you about the rules before they start. Slalom event requires precise flying to maneuver a rope with the load attached to the fuselage under the pilot's seat twice through 4 numbered gates. The height is constant and controlled by 2 ropes with loads attached to the fuselage, 3 meters, and to the ski, 2 meters. Flying time, 90 seconds. So crew number one, Andrei Orekhov and Vadim Sazonov, is ready and to start the final event of this tournament, slalom. And judge is raising his flag, ready, steady, and they're waiting for a few moments. And wind is calm actually. And start. So Andrei Orekhov and Vadim Sazonov started the last event of this tournament, slalom. And a few words again about Andrei and Vadim. Andrei is 52 years old, is not a professional pilot, he's an initiator and one of the main organizers of Karlsson Cup 2014 and the first in the history online broadcasting of the Heli-Cup championship. Andrei Orekhov, 52 years old and master of sports of Russia. Started helicopter sports in 2009 with different crew, Viktor Kalinin, Konstantin Podolnitsyn and Vadim Sazonov now from September 2014. Flying hours 1000 on the different helicopters, Robinson 44, Robinson 66 and Bell 407. Vadim Sazonov is a master of sports of Russia, very famous helicopter sportsman and trainer in Russia, and he started helicopter sports in 1984 actually, and from 2007 till 2013 he worked with Yuri Yablokov, and now he works in crew with Andrei Orekhov from September 2014. Flying hours 5000 on the Mil-2, Robinson 44 and the Robinson 66, and he's got quite famous sports achievement: champion of Moscow and Volga Federal District in navigation 2010, champion of Moscow in slalom 2011. You can see on the screen some repetition of this of the turn, and from the first event of this tournament, precision event. So Vadim Sazonov is champion of Russia in team classification 2011, 12 and silver winner 2013. And of course, they are first in this event, so they got 296 points. I would tell you that maximum score for this event is 300 points, minus penalty points for different mistakes. So what are penalties? Time violation, each tenth of a second above 90 seconds of flight gives 0.1 points. Height violation per tenth of a second gives 0.1 points. Missing the gates per each gives 5 points, and the gates passed in wrong direction per each 5 points. So in a few seconds we expect this crew in a heli-studio, so we will know what caused the mistakes, what caused the penalty scores for this crew. The maximum score for the tournament is 900 points, 300 in each event. And for those who just joined us over the internet, I will tell you that you're welcome to the Karlsson Cup 2014. The main Russian helicopter event and helicopter sports. Okay, we are expecting the crew in a few seconds in Heli-Studio. You can see it on the screen. They're coming, and we'll ask them about the mistakes.
Third time. Hi. What were you talking about while coming here? So this exercise is not included in the official program of the championships. And this exercise aims to train the crew to make more precise their movements, to keep the heights and destination first of all. First of all, here there are no landing. I would say comfortable time. And the difference is also that the load is under the pilots, connected to the ski. You need to pass this load exactly into the between the gates. This is a new non-classic slalom, and this is the exercise 99% for the pilot. Yeah, and the co-pilots unfortunately could many times or frequently couldn't help the pilot to avoid some mistakes. Okay, then the next crew is ready.
Okay, thank you very much, Yelena. Thank you very much, Natalia, and the crew. Let me introduce you crew number 2, Yuri Yablokov and Konstantin Podenisin. They're going to start the slalom, and Yuri Yablokov and Konstantin Podenisin showing us the very good results in these tournaments. They're ready to start. And let me tell you a few words about the crew. Yuri Yablokov is 52 years old. Is on the left on your screen, and Konstantin Podenisin is on your right, on the left seat in Heli-Copter. So they're ready to start. Yuri Yablokov is 52 years old, master of sports of Russia. Started Heli-Copter sports in 2007 when we worked with Vadim Sazonov from previous crew, and now he works with Konstantin Podenisin. He's got 750 flying hours on Robinson 44. He's got actually his own helicopter, Robinson 44. A lot of flies everywhere, and the sport achievements of Yuri Yablokov is quite important. Second place. You see, they got a lot of penalties for this event. 260 points actually so far, and they could okay, something interesting. They got back 300 points, and now the judge is correcting the score, so they got 292 points. Very interesting. I think the judges will tell us what's going on actually. So Yuri Yablokov and Konstantin Podenisin gain a little bit more penalties. So the time is now 0109, 1 minute and 10 seconds. And so far, you see the difference between the precision events is the loads attached to the fuselage under the pilot's seats, and the height is constant and controlled by 2 ropes with the loads attached to the fuselage 3 meters and to the skid 2 meters. So it's different. Otherwise, so it's different from the first event. Okay, with the helicopter coming back to helipad, and we expecting the crew in the heli studio in a few seconds. So on repetition on the screen, you can see how strong, how precise they work with the loads. So, unfortunately, Yablokov Yuri and Padenistin Konstantin again received 288 points, so it's second place so far. Orechov Andrei still in the first place, 296 points. The penalties for this event is for time violation, each tenth of a second above 90 seconds of flight, 0.1 points. Height violation per tenth of a second gives 0.1 points, and missing the gates per each 5 points. The gates passed in wrong direction per each gives 5 points. And I repeat that the maximum score for this event is 300 points minus penalty points. Okay, and in a few seconds we expect the crew of Yablokov Yuri and Konstantin Padenistin in the Heli studio. We are starving actually to know what's caused the penalties for this event. Okay, we're going back to Heli studio.
So again, hi. Your impressions this last exercise? I haven't seen everything, but not everything we've done well. We'll see. You see, comparing with other exercises, that was the exercise we've trained less. What can you say whether Andrei told that this exercise is orientated on the pilot mostly? Yes, I agree. And was it interesting? Yes, it was, for sure. But the traditional slalom is more interesting for us. What can you say? Yeah, it's beautiful. It's more interesting, and the co-pilot helps a lot, and the techniques of the exercise is really different. Okay, we'll see the next crew.
Okay, thank you very much, Heli Studio. Thank you, Elena and Natalia. And we're going back to the main stage. Crew number 3, the most beautiful crew in our championship. Evgeny Kurpitka and Evgenia Zamula is ready to start the slalom. So quite good results for this competition. Very good scores. So this is a chance for Evgeny Kurpitka and Evgenia Zamula to improve their position in the tournament. So, Evgeny Kurpitka, pilot, member of the Russian national helicopter sport team, 34 years old. She is a master of sport of Russia and started helicopter sport in 2008 with Vasily Golovkin, and she works with Vladimir Stryonak from 2010-2013, and now she works with Evgenia Zamula, the co-pilots, and as you can see it on the screen, they got 5 penalty points for something. I cannot give you I cannot tell you exactly what caused the penalties yet so far, but they still 295 points. Evgenia Zamula, co-pilots. And during this event, of course, the role of the pilot of this helicopter is most important because of the pilot in the helicopter. The operator, of course, very important, but it's just he helps to pilot, to control the aircraft and checking the position, to give some clue for the pilot where to go to correct the position. So, Evgenia Zamula is 33 years old, master of sports of Russia. She started helicopter sport in 2009 and with Margarita Afanaskina, and now she works with Evgenia Kurpitka from 2014. Helicopter, the crew number 3 is just completed the slalom event. We'll wait for the result. Oh yes, the Kurpitka Evgenia and Zamula Evgenians place number 2 in this event. They've got 295 points, So they are in a second place of this event. Very good result. So we will wait for the final scores. And so far, Evgenia and double Evgenia actually, the beautiful crew. They're coming to the Heli studio to make a short interview in a few seconds. So we will ask them for the reasons to cause the penalties. Just 5 penalties for this event. Okay, the weather is getting worse, I think, and it's slight rain is coming, and wind still calm and overcast. Skies is overcast, approximately 800 meters, and temperature is +5. So, double Evgenia, the crew coming to the Heli studio. We will ask them for the reasons for the penalties. We are happy they are working in the crew since this year. This is very good. So, girls coming to the Heli studio. We're switching now.
So you're laughing. There's no results yet, but are you satisfied because of this championship? Yeah. During third exercise, we've got this satisfaction. I think that we're really good, especially taking into account the amount of training hours we've got. We plan to participate in next year and during next year World Championship. What do you think? Does it influence somehow whether the cruise is made of girls or there is some men? For sure, when the man is co-pilot, it's a little bit easier for him to make some moves because of the power, because of this strength. Now I have the baby, 10 kilos, so I'm really well trained to pull the fender and so on. Only 5 penalty points you have. What do you think? It's really good. So you've made Yuri. Yeah, it's a very funny exercise actually. If you'll get the rhythm, you will make it very good. It is very comfortable and good to be inside during this exercise because you feel like you're dancing in the helicopter, and the feeling is awesome. What do you think? It's nevertheless it's serious competition or just something funny?
Okay, thank you very much, Yulian. Thank you very much, Natalie. Crew number 4, Yelena Zhuperin and Nikolai Rodionov, is ready to start the final event of this tournament, Karlsson Cup 2014 Slalom. And Yelena Zhuperin and Nikolai Burov, very important sportsmen in the helicopter sports in Russia. So they're preparing to start, and Judge rising his flag, and you see they started the last event of this tournament. Okay, a few words about the slalom. Slalom event requires precise flying to maneuver a rope with the loads attached to the fuselage under the pilot's seat twice through 4 numbered gates. The height is constant and controlled by 2 ropes with the loads attached to the fuselage 3 meters and to the skid 2 meters. Flying time to complete this event is 90 seconds, 1.5 minutes. Penalties. Time violation. Each tenth of the second above 90 seconds of flight gives 0.1 points of penalties. Height violation per tenth of a second gives 0.1 points, and missing the gate per each gives 5 points. The gates passed in the wrong direction per each gives 5 points as well. The maximum score for this event is 300 points minus penalty points to the game. Okay, Župerniai Elena Radion Nikolai is so far have 294 points, and this is a very good result. But in any way, oh yes, they got now 293. They got 2 penalties for something. Okay, so Yelena Zhuperina is 47 years old, master of sports of Russia. She started helicopter sports in 2005 and worked with Georgy Arbuzov and Nikolai Rodionov from 2012. Yelena have 1,800 flying hours on the Robinson 44 and the Robinson 66, and she's got a lot of sports achievements so far. She's actually the latest is overall champion in Polish Open Heli-Cup 2014 with record result 3.5 penalty points in 4 events. Unbelievable. Okay, so overall world bronze medal in precision 2008. She is pilot of the best mixed female-male crew in the world individual classification 2008 and 2012. She is actually a silver medalist in 3rd World Air Games in Italy 2009, the only lady being a prize winner in WAG. So Nikolai Rodionov is 57 years old and honorary master of sports of Russia. Started helicopter sports in 1983. He worked with many famous sportsmen, helicopter sportsmen in Russia, Georgy Plakushi, Alexei Afanasyev, and now he works with Yelena Zhuperina. He's got 8,000 flying hours on Mil-2 and Robinson 44, and now works for the Academy of Helicopter Sports in Aerosoyuz Helicopter Company. So we expect this crew in Heli Studio in a few seconds. You can see they coming. So we will ask them for the results, for the cause of the penalties.
Well, it's freedom, Yelena. The last exercise. Yeah, now I'm not nervous actually. What is your main impression because today? It's hard to say, but I think very good actually. Always the guys will be unsatisfied because they will find thousands of reasons they made wrong. What were your mistakes now? As I've noticed, there were some problems with the height actually. It's the problems because you can't see the chain, or no. Actually, you can see the chain, but it's a typical exercise for us. Was it interesting for you? Yes, for sure, because this new exercise, I'm not very trained in it, and I like new challenges. Actually, I won't remember my emotions after which I have during the flight. So you make everything automatically. We're happy that you're with us. Okay, so we have the next crew on the start. Let's see.
Thank you very much, Elena. Thank you very much, Natalia. Thank you very much for everyone. And let me introduce crew number 5, Artem Kurpitka and Pavel Abramchkin. They're going to start the last event of this competition, slalom. And in a few seconds, judge will raise his flag. And so far, You can see the maximum concentration of the Artyom Kurpitka and Pavel Abramashkin. Artyom Kurpitka, 34 years old, master of sports of Russia. He started helicopter sport in 2008 and worked with Pavel Abramashkin for the last years. And Artyom Kurpitka have 1,500 flying hours on a Robinson 44, and he's recognized master of auto rotation on helicopters. This year he created his own private training program for the pilots who wants to improve their skills in auto rotation. And meanwhile, you can see on the screen that they got 12 penalty points so far. And for this event, for the slalom penalties, you can gain the penalties for the time violation. Each tenth of a second above 90 seconds of flight gives 0.1 points. For the height violation per tenth of a second, 0.1 points. Missing the gates per each gives 5 points, and the gates passed in wrong direction per each gives 5 points as well. And the maximum score for this event is 300 points minus penalty points. So Kurpitka, Artyom Abramashkin Pavel received 283 points. Not so high result for this for the slalom, and they completed the tournament, finishing the tournament for today. We will wait for the overall scores on the screen, so we will understand the final position of the sportsman. So, Pavel Abramashkin is a very famous and oldest, actually, participant in this tournament. He is 61 years old and master of sports of Russia. He started helicopter sports in 1978 and worked with Artyom Kurpitka since 2008. Just imagine he's got 15,000 flying hours on Mil-2, Mil-1, Mil-4, Mil-6, Mil-8 and Robinson 44. He's a very famous helicopter sportsman in Russia and all over the world. He is actually overall champion of Heli-Cup in 2008 and 2011, champion of Moscow in slalom 2009, bronze medal in overall championship of Moscow 2010, overall champion of Moscow in individual classification 2011, and he's got a silver medal in navigation and bronze medal in fendel rigging in the European Cup in France 2011. Pavel Abramashkin is a professional pilot and works for the private company this time. So, as I told you before, the Artyom Kurpitka is recognized master of auto rotation on helicopters. I love to see how he flies, and I've been flying with Artyom many times, and so every time it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic experience for me. So, the crew of Artyom and Pavel Abramashkin coming to the Heli studio. So we're switching now to Heli studio to ask them, do they satisfied with this tournament?
Okay, guys. Wow, again. How was the magic of the flight? The idea was to pass it backwards, to pass the gates, the tail forward. Yeah, first of all was satisfaction from the flight and the competitions. We've got really lots of satisfaction today. What are main mistakes, and what will be the work on the mistakes? I have a plan. I think about it, and I'm trying to involve Pasha into the plan. Pasha is the modest,
shy,
and the shyest guy in helicopter sport. We hope that you will participate in other competitions.
Okay, we'll thank you very much. Thank you very much, Heli-Studio. And we back to the main stage of our competition, slalom. Crew number 6, Alexander Zhuperin and Nikolai Burov, is ready to start to complete the final event of this competition. You see how they concentrated on starts, and they start in the last event of this competition. Very known, very professional crew. Alexander Zhuperin, 54 years old, member of the Russian national helicopter sport team. And Nikolai Burov, co-pilot, member of the Russian national helicopter sport team as well, is 54 years old. Alexander Zhuperin is the international master of sports, and as he started helicopter sport in 2006 with different crew. And he worked with this Vasily Golovkin till 2011, and now he works with Nikolai Burov from 2012. Flying hours, 1,800 flying hours. You see, so far they got maximum score for this event, 300 points, and that's why they actually overall world champion in individual and team classification. Alexander and Nikolai received many other sports achievements. For example, Alexander, world champion in precision 2012, silver medalist in navigation and slalom in 2008. So you can see it on the screen. The maximum score, 300 points for this event, received the crew number 6, Alexander Zhuperin and Nikolai Burov. So this is the best result so far in this event, and we will wait for the table for the final score to understand the position in this tournament. You see how they works in the crew, how precise the moving. Yes, number 1, Zhuperin Alexander Burov Nikolai. Number 2, Orekhov Andrei Sazonov Vadim, 296. Kurpitka Evgeny Zamul Evgeny, 1 point just behind of this with the second place. So on the third place with a result of 295 points. As I told you before, slalom event requires precise flying to maneuver a rope with the load attached to the fuselage under the pilot's seat twice through 4 numbered gates. The height is constant and controlled by 2 ropes with the loads attached to the fuselage, 3 meters, and to the skid, 2 meters. Flying time to complete this event is 90 seconds, 1.5 minutes only. So penalties for this event is time violation, each tenth of a second above 90 seconds of flight, 0.1 points, height violation per tenth of a second, 0.1 points, missing the gates per each 5 points, and the gates passed in wrong direction per each 5 points. Maximum score 300 points minus penalty points. But we're now switching to the Heli-Studio to speak with the crew.
Alexander, Nikolai.
Alexander, Nikolai. Again, hi. How was the last exercise? It was a smooth flight, very calm. 300 points, you are the best at the moment. So this exercise is really hard because all crews trained a little and this influenced the result. So only one of the main tasks not to shake the helicopter. After you have the main two competitors. So it doesn't depend on us. So we'll watch how Maxim will fly. So, and I think that we'll see after the main result. Is it real that this exercise is very useful? Yes, for sure. This exercise is very good for the pilot because you need to feel the helicopter precisely and very well, and you're learning to feel all tensions of your body. Okay, so this is the main trick. The next crew is ready. Okay, let's soon start.
Okay, thank you very much, Elena. Thank you very much, Natalie. And let me introduce crew number 7, Maxim Sotnikov and Alek Podjugas. They're going to complete this event, this tournament with the slalom event. So we will wait for the results and crossing our fingers for the Maxim and Alek. They concentrated on a judge sign, and in a few moments they will start. And I'll tell you again. You watching the online tournament, our online on the website www.helisport.org, and welcome to the main Russian helicopter event, Karlsson Cup 2014. Maxim Sotnikov and Alek Podjugas starting the final event of this tournament, slalom, and a few words about the slalom. As event requires precise flying to maneuver a rope with a load attached to the fuselage under the pilot's seat, twice through 4 numbered gates, as you can see it's on the screen. They controlling the height, altitude of flying very precisely. So we will wait for the results of this crew. And for you to know, the height is constant and controlled by 2 ropes with the loads attached to the fuselage 3 meters and to the ski 2 meters. The maximum time to complete this event is 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds. So far, so good. They got maximum points, 300 points, and we're still crossing the fingers for the Maxim Sotnikov and Alek Podjugas. So the penalties for this event is time violation, for height violation, for missing the gates, and the gates passing in the wrong direction. So we will wait results. Waiting for this for the table on the screen. And I say again, the maximum score for this event is 300 points minus penalties. So we will wait for the results on the screen. But so far, Maxim Sotnikov is a member of the Russian national helicopter sports team. He is 57 years old, and Alek Podjugas is a member of the Russian national helicopter sport team as well. He is a 52 years old and international master of sports. And still waiting for the results on the screen. Okay, it's probably bribing these judges, I guess. Sotnikov, Maxim, Podjugas, Alek, 300 points, but I think Zhuperin Alexander and Burov Nikolai were faster than Maxim. Maxim Sotnikov is, as I told you, he is an organizer and coordinator of amateur pilots in the Russian team. He is one of the main organizers of all Russian helicopter competition. Okay, we will wait for the final results until the end of the tournament. I think only at the end of the tournament we will know the final result. No final results, still no final results for this moment. And in a few seconds we expect Maxim and Alek Podjugas in Heli studio. Maxim is coming to give a few words afterwards.
Again, hi. So intrigue is still keeping. So you have 300 points, and everything will be decided in connection with the flight time. We think that Alexander made you on just a few seconds, but the intrigue is still kept. What did you like on this exercise? It's comparable with the precision flights, and the main task of the co-pilot, I think that he's like making the balance, because he can't help me and can't see the gates and the way I need to pass them. This exercise is very interesting for development, as you can make lots of varieties, and with the closed cabin and at night and so on. So we have different thoughts about it, how to improve it and how to make it more interesting for spectators and for the sportsmen. We haven't competed long, and now we have lots of adrenaline, and yeah, so we're really satisfied and glad. Thank you. And now we have the next crew ready for takeoff.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. And for all guests, let me introduce crew number 8, Andrei Vysotsky and Nikolai Rodionov. They also going to complete this tournament with the slalom event. So crew number 8 ready to start. Andrei Vysotsky and Nikolai Rodionov. So they're starting, and a few words about the crew. You can see they got 300 points so far, and they're starting competition. Okay, Andrei Vysotsky is 39 years old. He is a debutant in helicopter competitions. He's got only 800 flying hours on the Robinson 44. And so far, but he's actually improving his skills, flying skills in Aerosayus Helicopter Company training school. Andrei started to fly in 2008. His first flying experience was on fixed-wings aircraft Yakovlev 18 and Cessna 172. In 2011, he started to fly helicopters in Aerosayus Air Club and performed his flights solo after 16 hours practicing. Andrei finally decided to improve his flying skills on helicopters, but his first encounter with helicopter sports occurred in 2012 when he watched the World Helicopter Championship as a spectator. So far, they still got 300 points, the maximum score for this event, and I hope this will help to this crew, Vysotsky Andrei and Rodionov Nikolai, to improve they result in overall score for this tournament. Okay, Nikolai Burov is very, very famous and very important, I would say, helicopter sportsman in Russia. He is 57 years old, honored master of sports of Russia, and he spent 8,000 hours on Mil-2 and Robinson 44. Doing helicopter sports and training the young sportsmen, and he's got a lot of sports achievements actually for this day. 5 times world champion in team classification, world champion in Wizard 92. Vysotsky, Andrei, Rodionov, Nikolai, they just received 3 penalties for this event, and they are on the 3rd place for the slalom. A very good result for the beginner, for the debutant of these helicopter sports, for the Andrei Vysotsky. The piloting of a helicopter in this event is most important, rather than the co-pilots, because everything is dependent on the skills of the pilots. Very good results for Andrei Vysotsky. Concerning the 80 hours in Robinson 44 only. So Nikolai Rodionov is As I told you, he's very famous helicopter sportsman. He is actually working for the Aerosayus helicopter company in Academy of Helicopter Sports in helicopter company Aerosayus, and training the young sportsmen. Actually, that's why he became a co-pilot in the crew with Andrei Vysotskyi. Very good results, and we are waiting. We're expecting the crew in a few seconds in Heli Studio. They're coming, so we're switching now to Heli Studio.
Ну так, здравствуйте, Андрей. Добрый вечер. Ну что ж, вы молодцы. 300 очков.
Congratulations. So you have 297 points. Give me, I need to be sure. You have the third result. I need to be sure, and then to think about it. So I was concentrated really a lot. I left my nerves behind the helicopter. It is very interesting exercise. Previously in Soviet times it was included in the official program. Like the girls said, they were like dancing. They had such a rhythm. The beauty of this flight is, and the main core is in this flight is a beauty. Sorry. So what's your impression? It's very hard because I was too concentrated on flying. It's a great result for the beginner. Okay, hopefully you'll be on the third place, and we have the last crew on start.
Thank you very much, Yuliana. Thank you very much, Natalie. And we are back to the main stage of this tournament. We are about to complete this tournament with the crew number 9, Alexei Senikdudov and Nikolai Burov. They're going to complete this tournament as well with the slalom. And crew number 9, Alexei Senikdudov, 32 years old, a young pilot, and this is the last crew in this event, slalom, and actually the last event on this tournament as well. Alexei Senikdudov, 32 years old, no sports titles so far, but we hope Alexei will improve the flying skills during this competition and during the. You see how concentrated he is on the flying, on the piloting the helicopter. He started helicopter sports actually just this year in 2014, with in the crew with Burov Nikolai. You can see him on the right side of the screen. He's got 100 flying hours so far on the Robinson 44, and he is actually a debutant on the helicopter competition. Alexei dreamed to fly from childhood because his parents were aircraft designers and his grandfather and great-grandfather were pilots. Being engaged in development of large European company in Russia, he often travels to different cities, and constant flights and transfers have grown into a way of life of Alexei. Very interesting. So far they got 293 points, and they got only 7 points of the penalties. They completed their slalom event. So we are going to final stage of our tournament. A few repetition on the screen. And penalties for this event is for time violation. Each tenth of a second above 90 seconds of flight gives 0.1 points. Height violation per tenth of a second gives 0.1 points. Missing the gates per each gives 5 points. And the gates passed in wrong direction per each gives 5 points for the participants. So the final results. Siniktutov Alexei, Burov Nikolai is a 7th place in this event, 293 points. Zhuperin Alexander and Burov Nikolai on the 1st place. Sonikov Maxim Podžikas Oleg on the 2nd place. Vysotsky Andrei, the debutant of this tournament, with Rodionov Nikolai on the 3rd place. Very good results for the beginner. Orechov Andrei on the with Sazonov Vadim on the 4th. Kurpitka Evgenia, double Evgenia crew is number 5 in this event. So we are waiting for the crew in the Heli studio to ask them questions and to understand the emotions actually from this tournament. And we're completed all the events, and as far as I can see, the judges coming back to the helipad, and so we also switching our microphones to the Heli studio to make a short interview with the last crew number 9, which is Alexei Siniktutov and Nikolai Burov. The weather is still light raining, and wind is about 1-2 meters, and sky is overcast at 800 meters. Temperature is about +5 this day. So we're switching now to Heli studio.
Come here, guys. You're on the last crew. Tell us. Have you felt you're the last crew and you're closing this magnificent championship? Yes, I think we feel tired, and we've noticed everyone is tired but happy. So the main thing we didn't burn, like we say. We've had enough adrenaline, and we kept our tense, and we were concentrated and try to do our best. Especially Alexei is a young pilot and beginner. Like an instructor and the co-pilot, I have small commands, but thanks God they're not very big mistakes weren't made. Okay, we are finishing our broadcasting from the Heli studio and going back to the commands.
Okay, thank you very much for Elena and Natalie. Great job, great work for this tournament. And now we are going to introduce you a new event for the next tournament, which will be in February 2015. That is navigation with little differences from the standard FAA rules and regulations. So the navigation is event, very interesting event. So we cannot see the helicopter flying and maneuvering in the sports field, but that's why we put some cameras into the helicopter to see what's going on board during these flights. You can see Andrei Orechov is doing preparation. Actually checking. Oh, you see the red sign on the ground, which the pilots should check, should find in the on the ground during these flights. And all flights, the duration of flights is about 7 minutes, but we are trying to show you how it's going to be during the February 2015 during the next competition. Navigation course. Okay, the event is a navigation with timed arrival and load drop of the event will include a navigation course and route search zone on second or third leg, aerial drop zone between departure line and mandatory flyover 1, or on the first leg of maneuvering box. Timed arrival at line A, maneuvering box between line A and line F, a load drop off at line C, and ends of event landing zone. The flight height, the routes, and the mandatory flyover will be flown as a height of about 250 meters above ground level, and turning points plus search zone entry and exit gates markers shall be overflown at a height of 50 meters if not increased to meet national regulations or of organizer's state. Flying time, identical for all competitions of this same helicopter type. The flying time will be computed by the organizer based on the speeds defined in para 12.9 of the chapter 2 listed by type of appendix A of World and Continental Helicopter Championship rules and regulations. So it's going to be very interesting for the first time because we put some cameras. So you can see the position of the helicopter on the moving map on the left side of the screen. This is going to be very interesting. Okay, finally, we've got the final results for this tournament. Number 1, Zhuperin Alexander, Burov Nikolai, with a very high score, 899 points. And place number 2, Sotnikov Maxim, Podjukas Alex, 890, and just 1 point below the highest score of this tournament of Zhuperin Alexander and Burov Nikolai. Number 3, place number 3, Yablokov Yuri, Podanitsyn Konstantin, 878 points. Very good results, but not the best for this tournament for Yablokov Yuri and Podanitsyn Konstantin. Number 4, place number 4, Zhuperina Elena, Rodionov Nikolai, 877 points. Place number 5, Orechov Andrei, Sazonov Vadim. And now we're going to see some repetition of the of this tournament, of this event. You see crew number 2. Actually, this is. Let me see. Let me check. It's Yuri Yablokov and Konstantin Podanitsyn on the first event. So it was very interesting competition for this day. We had two debutants in this competition. It's Konstantin Podanitsyn and Andrei Vysotkin, the pilot. So you can see Konstantin Podanitsyn working in the crew with Yuri Yablokov now. 2 words about the debutants. It's very important for this tournament because the main target of this tournament is to involve as lots of possible young helicopter pilots to this helicopter sport. So Konstantin Podanitsyn is 30 years old, just 30 years old. The youngest participant is first sport category and started helicopter sport this year. With Andrei Orechov and Yuri Yablokov from September 2014. Andrei Vysotsky, also the quite young pilot, and he is also debutant in helicopter competitions. He is 39 years old and started helicopter sport just this year. And his first encounter with helicopter sports occurred in 2012 when he watching the World Helicopter Championship as a spectator in which was in Drakina in Russia in 2012. It was absolutely fantastic tournament. Lots of foreign sportsmen came to this helicopter tournaments on private helicopters from abroad, from Europe. It was very interesting competition. And so Andrei Vysotsky, after the World Helicopter Championship in Draken in 2012, decided to try his hands in the helicopter sports Karlsson Cup in his first competition experience. This is his first competition experience. So very good results for Andrei Vysotsky and his crew. We are watching now repetition, and this tournament is very important for all helicopter sports all around the world, because we're doing it for the first time with the cameras, lots of cameras, with special company live stream, live signal, which is which provide us with the TV signal and all the stuff and all technical things, which helps us to see what's going on a sport field, actually, in a place which is always far away from the place where the guests and all the people on the guests of this tournament standings and watching the tournament. So the place of the sport field, actually, it's about 200 or 300 meters away from the helipad, where all the guests standing and watching the competition. So it's very difficult for all guests to see the details, what's going on, how the chain contact the ground, or how the weights contacting the tank, or so on. So that's why helicopter sports wasn't so famous and in Russia. So we hope this online translation will help to the Federal of Helicopter Sports to improve, to involve new helicopter pilots into these sports. It's very interesting sports. It's not cheap, of course. It's quite expensive. And we are welcome any sponsors to these tournaments, and actually the participants of these tournaments, they spend a lot of money to complete this tournament, and of course we would like to thank the Aerosayus helicopter company, Helipad Volyn, to make these tournaments happen. Actually, we are really thankful for the Federation of Helicopter Sports of Russia. And I would like to say just a few words about the Federation of Helicopter Sports of Russia. President Irina Grushina, very famous person in helicopter sports all around the world. Federation of Helicopter Sports of Russia is an all-Russian voluntary organization with 52 regional branches. Among 1,500 FAH members, there are pilots, judges, representatives of aviation companies, plans, design bureau, veterans, all those who cannot live indifferent to amazing flight beauty of rotorcrafts. The Federation of Helicopter Sports of Russia is engaged in organizing and conducting competition both in Russia and abroad. Cooperates activities. Cooperates actively with the International Rotorcraft Commission and so on. We are ready for the awarding, and floor to Irina Grushina.
Итак, закончился Кубок Карлсона 2014. Я думаю, что и пилоты, и особенно судьи, которые целый день находились в поле, и наши болельщики, и наши зрители получили просто громадное удовольствие от этой прямой трансляции. Вот было столько звонков,
I'm sure that the spectators and the judges and the pilots
написал такое впечатление, что я сейчас тоже на соревнованиях, и мне сейчас стартовать. В общем, нас смотрела масса людей. Итак, места распределились следующим образом. Награждение за первое место Александр Климчук будет награждать наших чемпионов. Президент первого вертолетного клуба «Аэросоюз». За второе место генеральный секретарь Федерации авиационного спорта России Халиде Макогонова. И за третье место председатель Всероссийской коллегии судей по вертолетному спорту, заслуженный тренер России Михаил Михайлович Баландин. Итак, упражнение «Полет на точность». Третье место экипаж Яблоков Юрий Подоницын Константин.
Яблоков Юрий Подоницын Константин.
Второе место.
Second place.
Сотников Максим Олег Пауджукас.
Сотников Максим Олег Пауджукас.
Первое место. Жупирин Александр Буров
And the
Николай.
first place, finally, Alexander Zhuperin and Burov Nikolai.
Так, ребят, я так понимаю, что снимают просто на нашем фоне, да? Ни разу мы еще не видели на награждении спины победителей, но это тоже вполне неплохой вид, ребята. Похлопаем нашим победителям.
Never we've seen the backs of the winners and competitors.
Упражнение номер 2, развозка грузов.
But this is the only way how the operators can show them and shoot them.
Юрий Яблоков Константин Подойницын. Второе место Жупирин Александр Николай Буров.
Third place for fender rigging, Yablokov and Podойницын Konstantin. First place, second place Burov Nikolai, Alexander Zhuperin, and first place Zhuperina Елена and Родионов Николай. Да. Okay, let's congratulate them with applaudisement.
Applause.
So the sensation of the today. Third place, slalom, Andrei Vysotsky and Nikolai Rodionov. Second place, Maxim Sotnikov, Oleg Poodzhukas. And first place, again, Alexander Zhuperin and Nikolai Burov. Necessary to say that this exercise was forgot during 30 years, but we hope that the spectators and the pilots loved this exercise. And the men, congratulations, the absolute overall. Third place, Юрий Яблоков, Константин Подойницын. Second place, Maxim Sotnikov, Oleg Poodzhukas. And the first place, Alexander Zhuperin and Nikolai Burov. I would like to admit that first place and the second place they got difference only in time, but they had the equal points almost.
Congratulations to all the participants and winners and prizes of these tournaments, Karlsson Cup 2014. And we would like to thank all the judges and support team.
Thanks for you guys. Thanks for judges, judge working. Thank you for spectators and the technical support team.
Okay, thank you very much. And my name is Sergey Komarov. Thank you very much for this, for joining us. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.